What's up, guys? It is Monday, October 2nd, and let's get right into it. Decent day all across the board. Indexes with some decent volume today. You can see the SPY up almost 0.5% on some good, decent volume. So, little bit of forward momentum here in the SPY. And we'll take a look over here at the Qs. Pretty quiet on the day, but still, a little bit of volume coming in, but nothing too crazy to write home about. And let's just fly through the market leading stocks real quick. Apple, quiet on the day. Amazon, pretty quiet. Take a look at Facebook. Again, pretty quiet. Hop over to Tesla. Quiet day over here as well. Actually, let me see. Is that? Yeah, looks like it might open down a little bit tomorrow. Looks like it's down over 1% after hours, but who cares about that? And then we got Nvidia flat on the day, and Netflix was the market leader that took a hit today, down a little bit over 2%. So some decent selling volume coming in today, nothing crazy. So again, just a quick review of the market leading stocks, and we'll also take a look at Google. Alright, so all in all, pretty quiet day in the market leading stocks. None of them are really squeezing at the moment, so nothing to be done on that end for me personally. However, if Apple continues to go sideways, this will turn to a squeeze at some point, but that's whatever. So, we took a shot on the index this morning. It was looking good here on that opening bar. As you can see, it pushed up out of the squeeze and then basically just died out. And not really more to get into, in any detail on that. It died out on us. That happens sometimes. There's never really a rhyme or reason. There just wasn't enough, conviction. Not enough demand today to push the stock, out of the squeeze. So it is what it is. I covered. I took my loss. And I'll be watching it for another opportunity going forward. Was watching Yelp today. I passed on this one. The reason being is that I circled this bar right here on the 195. I feel like that was probably the ideal entry bar for, my style of trading. It just kind of feels like it's a little bit late at this point. Again, it could make a nice move, but I'm just trying to be super picky now that I'm kind of ramping up, my risk on each trade. Just trying to be more selective, so I'm kind of all set with Yelp for now. I was watching Stamps all day today. I did not take a position. However, it looks like it really, maybe that's a misprint, I'm not sure, but it's still inside the squeeze. Pretty nice day here, so hopefully with any luck, it doesn't run away tomorrow and we can still continue to watch this. But, good volume. Let's keep our eyes on Stamps tomorrow. I was also watching Expedia today. Chris threw this one at me. Nice squeeze here, and as I was saying earlier, overwhelmingly, this stock is being accumulated right now. Only a few selling bars, mostly accumulation, so I didn't take this today. I got a little distracted towards the close, but, a little fade. So what I'll be looking for tomorrow is just a continuation of this volume inside this squeeze right here, and then I'll take my entry and go long. Solid company, big name stock, so definitely something to keep our eyes on for tomorrow. I'll watch Stamps tomorrow. I'm also going to watch the index, and I like this little setup in CYOU. Again, guys, very repetitive. Nice tight squeeze, and now we're just waiting for that volume to come in. Look what happened here. Actually, look what happened here. This just proves my point. When does the price of a stock move? When the volume, which shows us the demand for those shares, moves. Going nowhere in a squeeze, volume comes in, nice move. We're going nowhere, volume comes in, big move. Going nowhere, volume comes in, it moves. And now we're going nowhere, so what are we going to look for? We're going to look for a return of that volume to push us out of the squeeze for another nice trade. Will that happen? Who knows, but keep this on your list, keep your eye on it, and again, You're just looking for a ramp in volume, which again shows us that the demand for that stock is rising. So that's it for me tomorrow. Going to keep my eye on Yelp, CYOU, Expedia, Stamps, and Yandex, and scratch Yelp. I'm not going to be watching Yelp. BIIB, Biogen. Nice starting to squeeze here, pretty early squeeze, but some real serious accumulation today. So being that it is still in a squeeze and we're seeing this kind of accumulation, you should certainly keep your eye on Biogen tomorrow, because if that volume continues, this could be a great spot to get in here in this little pullback, and possibly this makes, a move back up towards 330 and faces resistance. That would be a great trade. And now on to the trade of the day, which is Weight Watchers. Let me get my brokerage app open. I'm liking TD so far, guys, today. This is I put this in my TD account. Nice and smooth. Alright, so Weight Watchers. I bought the October 20th $44 calls today. So again, what were we looking for? Going through, my morning scan today, I saw that Weight Watchers was in a nice little squeeze here, as well as a squeeze on the, nice 195 squeeze. So after I identified that this stock was in a squeeze, my game plan was to watch this today and look for, that ramp in volume. So I took my position right about this point of the opening bar. We had some very nice volume. I am never more confident. I'm never more confident heading into a trade than when that volume is behind it. And look what happened. That volume continued to ramp, as did the price. So that was about a $500, currently a $500 profit, roughly, I believe. I didn't really check it towards the close, but if this volume continues, we could see this get accumulated, and head towards 50 over, the next few weeks. At that point, I would likely take half of my position off and then let the other half battle it out and see if we can get a breakout. But, this company's had a pretty big move ever since Oprah came in. Oprah is just a boss, so anytime she comes into the picture, shit's about to heat up. And, I think all in all today, 60%, 50%, something like that, open profit on Weight Watchers at the moment. So, good to see. Oh, my phone is blowing up right now. What is Chris saying? Chris going off in the group chat right now. So, that's it, guys. I'm going to watch Expedia tomorrow. Looking for that volume to continue in the squeeze. I'm going to watch Stamps. And I am going to watch Yandex and BIIB. Alright, so now that we've gone over that, something I just want to, go over quickly with you guys, and this is more so, for the brand new traders. Keep in mind that, becoming successful in anything, it's not overnight, it's not immediate, and for whatever reason, maybe it's upbringing, I don't know what it is, but, a lot of my fellow millennials, and this is a problem across the world, just seem to think that, everything's going to come easy and everything's going to come instant. So, I just want to set the record straight. For you new guys and all you new traders, be patient. You shouldn't be focused about making money early on. Rather, what you should be doing is learning early on. Keep your focus on mastering the process. Master the fundamentals. Master the basics. The best basketball coach ever, John Wooden, he coached UCLA. The first day of practice, he would start by showing the guys how to put their socks on. The best fucking college basketball coach ever is having these high-level basketball players put their socks on. And that's because he was a preacher and a believer that you start with the basics. You shouldn't be dunking before you can do a layup. So for you new traders, just be patient, learn the basics, and don't be, so hell-bent on getting in on the action so quickly. I got two great analogies to compare it to. One, if you were to meet a brain surgeon and you start talking to him, you probably wouldn't say, hey doc, how soon until I can split into somebody's fucking head? You probably wouldn't say that, and I'm not trying to compare, trading stocks to brain surgery because we're not saving lives, but again, I get messages every day, hey yo bro, how quick can I start making money? I can't answer that. It depends on so many things. How much money do you have? Do you have any experience? How much time are you going to put in? Look at guys like Chris and Tyler and Ryan in our group. They're putting in the hours, and it's clearly showing. It's not a coincidence that these guys are kicking ass. For you brand new guys, you haven't had that time yet, so you've got to put in that time. I think a lot of guys, it's just, when money's involved, everyone gets a little giddy, and they kind of want to, learn to run before they can walk. You wouldn't go to a racetrack or, a driving school and say, hey, I've got no track experience. I've never driven a fast car in my life. I've never been on a racetrack. I don't know how to handle a car when it loses control. Do you think I can get on the track today in a Ferrari? It's just a bad idea. If you've never driven a car before on a racetrack, you probably don't want to have your first time being inside a $300,000, Italian race car. Start with the basics. Start with a beater, something that you can make mistakes and it's not going to kill you. For you guys that are just starting off, if all you have is, say, $500 to $1,000 to trade with, and listen, I get it. I've been there. When you're working a part-time job and you're young and you got all kinds of shit going on in life, it takes a while to put aside $1,000. The last thing you want to do is come into the gate risking everything you have, because it's like a 90% chance you're going to make some mistakes early on. And if you have, all of your money at risk, you're going to lose it. You're going to fuck it up. You're going to fuck your whole mentality up. And you're probably going to, at some point, say, you know what, fuck trading. I'm all set. And that's not what we want. If you want to make a lot of money over the course of the next 5 years trading stocks, the best thing you can do now is to not trade. Learn the basics, paper trade, and just be calm and be patient, guys. It takes time. Again, I've been, involved heavily in the markets since I was 14. I'm going to be 25 in October. In the last few years, I've kind of reached a point where it's like, hey, your dreams are going to come true. You are going to be very, very wealthy. You are going to, have the toys, have the house, and have the freedom. But that didn't come overnight. Please keep that in mind. My dad grew up on a farm and taught himself the markets his entire life. And then he taught me almost my entire life growing up. Shit doesn't happen overnight, guys. Now, we've got a great group of traders in here with some experience, and of course, in the social media internet age, you can learn very hard things a lot quicker. You can learn from other people's mistakes, other people's experiences, other people's success. So that's my goal, as a mentor with Focus Trades, is to help shorten that learning curve. But just understand, there's a learning curve, and you can't avoid that. It's really that simple. And the only other thing I want to say is that, possibly I underestimated, how little some people are going to know early on. And, I'm trying to figure out, the best way to, stay I'm trying to figure out the best way to help the people that are very, very new to trading, while also, focusing on my own life. I got a lot going on. I'm a full-time trader. Running Focus Trades, believe it or not, is a shitload of work, a lot more work than I thought it would be. I trade accounts for, I trade large accounts for other people. You guys only see my small account. Mind you, all these profits and everything I'm sharing on a daily basis, that's just an account that I threw $5,000 into at the beginning of July, just to show, you guys the possibilities, what you can do money-wise, without having hundreds of thousands of dollars. But I do trade large accounts. There are some accounts I trade that are close to, $600,000. So keep in mind, I'm very busy. And outside of trading, I'm a weightlifter, I'm a boyfriend, I'm a son, I'm a brother. So I try to do my best to balance it all. But, when I'm getting messages saying, hey, what's an order, or what's a limit order, or, what does this mean? What does that mean? Possibly I underestimated, how little some people would know. And I'll be honest with you, I've been doing this for so long now that some of these questions are like, really? Using the driving school analogy, it's kind of like, if you were to ask your instructor, hey, what's a steering wheel? He'd probably kind of be like, the fuck? So, I guess my only suggestion would be, if you guys are really brand new, and I'm not pulling anyone's name out here, individually, it's just my observation, from the past few months. If you're, really not sure what the hell is even going on, if you don't know what you're looking at when you're looking at the charts, you're just in no place to be trading with real money. It's dangerous. You might as well go to, 7-Eleven, use your $500 on scratch tickets, and see how you do, because it's a gamble. Do not start trading until you at least have some kind of, fucking clue of what is going on. And it takes time and it takes, practice and learning, but it's not impossible. It comes down to this. You're looking for opportunities in the charts that show us that the demand for that stock is rising. Elementary grade shit, supply and demand. Look at this, guys. That volume's increasing. The demand for this stock is increasing. Price goes up. Just like selling oranges. Demand goes up, price goes up. It really is that simple. So take your time, guys. You will make so much more money in the long run if you're patient. Becoming a profitable trader was a lot of work and, a very hard journey. I've taken accounts, from 1,000 to 10 to negative. I've blown up accounts. I've had, huge days. I've had small days. I've had everything in between. Now I'm at the point where everything is coming together. It takes time, guys. My goal is to help shorten the learning curve as much as I can, but just understand the learning curve is there. It can't be avoided. So these are all just things to keep in mind. As millennials, we seem to be, mentally wired to want everything, immediately. Instant gratification. And let me tell you something. I'm not going to go off on a tangent here, but as a general statement, the average millennial is a complete and absolute fucking pussy. So if you can not be a pussy, and if you can learn to delay gratification and understand that you're not going to get shit in life without hard work, if you can just do those few things, A, don't be a pussy, and B, don't act entitled, understand you have to work for things, you are going to be very, very successful. Because at least in the United States right now, if you're my age, your 20s, and you're a millennial, the competition is weak. It's a bunch of fucking pussies running around with their hands out like they're entitled to everything. They're not going to go anywhere. They're going to end up fucking losers. And I'm not trying to be harsh, guys, but we're growing up right now in the biggest period of pussies in the history. It's just that simple. So if you can not be a pussy and you can learn to love hard work and understand, achieving anything comes with hard work, then you will get whatever it is you want in life. It's not that hard. It is not hard to become a millionaire. If you can make $1, you can make 10. You can make 100. You can make 1,000, 100,000, 1,000,000. The problem is that everybody expects, to turn 18, walk out of high school, and land, a 6-figure paying job. And that's just bullshit. You're not entitled to anything in life except air, and that's about it. So that's my little tangent. Be patient. Don't be a pussy, and work hard, and you will get whatever you want in life, guys. Just use your brain in ways that you can't even imagine. When you apply 100% laser focus to something, your mind is going to be blown at how quick the results come. But if you do not focus, the results will never come, guys. So that's my speech for the day, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.